You may have hated it, but that Game of Thrones Ed Sheeran cameo was way more important than you think. Now, Game of Thrones came roaring back with a vengeance last night. Ooh, that Arya scene was tight. That was dope. And from Dragonstone to Baby Bones, the show was setting off more bombs than Cersei at the Sept of Baelor. But F all that, because when all was said and done, there was only one moment everyone wanted to talk about: the debut of a new GOT villain, more despised than Joffrey and Ramsay combined. I speak, of course, of the wretched Ed Sheeran. Yes, your single middle-aged aunt's favorite recording artist made his big Game of Thrones debut last night. And let's just say that the response wasn't perfect. In fact, it left a lot of fans seeing fire. Ed, we know you were crying out to viewers, "Give me love!" But they just wanted to see the shape of you, and hopefully that shape was gnawed to death by a pack of roving direwolves. No, the internet did not respond well to the Ginger Maestro's appearance as the resident pop star in the Lannister army, but that doesn't mean it wasn't important. From The Rains of Castamere to The Bear and the Maiden Fair, the songs on Game of Thrones usually hide a deeper meaning than you'd expect, and the tune Sheeran crooned last night, which was titled Hands of Gold, was no exception. In fact, if you had managed to get past your blinding hatred for poor Ed and actually listened to what he was singing, you may have gotten a few cool clues about what to expect in the upcoming season. But we know overcoming Ed Sheeran hatred is just too much to ask of our viewers, so we're gonna do you a solid and break down the song right now. So as we said, the song is called Hands of Gold, and it originally appeared in the books, but there it was a song about Tyrion and his long-since strangled former flame Shay. Now the long story short version of that is a singer found out about Tyrion's affair and composed the song in order to extort money out of him. Now in the books, Tyrion actually recites the lyrics as he's killing Shay, but obviously at this point the show is about 3 seasons past Tyrion's tryst, so the question becomes, why bring the song in now? Well, a lot of people are theorizing that the lyrics can still be applied to a Lannister, just not Tyrion. But, what other Lannister could Hands of Gold possibly be talking about? Oh, I don't know, maybe the one with a literal hand of gold. Oh, yes, the theory is that Ed may have been singing about Jaime Lannister. So just listen to the lyrics.
For she was a secret treasure. She was his shame and his bliss.
She was his secret treasure. She was his shame and his bliss. Oh man, that sure does sound to me like it could be about a dude who knows that he should stop having sex with his sister but just can't bring himself to stop. Now we know what you're saying. Jaime and Cersei's sibling sex is hardly a big plot reveal. We've known about that since episode 1. Don't tell me I suffered through an Ed Sheeran cameo just for that. Well, calm down, because there's a little bit more. But this is where it's important to pay attention to who's singing, and no, not just Ed, but his entire band of brothers. Now, these are Lannister soldiers, yes, but they're Lannister soldiers who clearly have no love for the banner that they carry. In fact, they despise King's Landing so much that it actually stops Arya from slaughtering the pack of them. Now, this is obviously setting up the massive amount of unrest springing up under Cersei's rule. She's clearly gone mad with power since last season, or at least madder with power, and she's getting ready for a war that even her beloved brother seems to know they can't possibly win. Now, someone is going to have to take her down eventually, and as eager as Arya may be for the gig, the song seems to suggest that her demise will come at the golden hand of her little brother, just as that prophecy foretold. Sure, we all assume that meant Tyrion, but Jaime is her little brother too, even if it's only by a few seconds. But what do you folks think? Did this reveal redeem the Ed Sheeran cameo for you, or do you want more British pop stars in Game of Thrones now? Could One Direction White Walkers be on their way? Goddamn, that would be... No. Let's discuss. If you liked this story, be sure to check out Nerdist News Talks Back every Monday for All Kings Considered. It's where we break down the latest episode of Game of Thrones, round up all of the theories, and predict what's ahead in the land of Westeros. You can check it out every Monday at 1 p.m. PDT on YouTube and ProjectAlpha.com.